fragrance that came out when I was 6 years old. This is Lagerfield's Jako, or what I like to call it, Jerk Off. Eau de Toilette Vaporizer Natural Spray. Why do they call it natural? There's nothing natural about it. It's all synthetic chemicals, but it's natural spray. Here's the bottle. I do like the bottle design. It's very classy aftershave look, Lagerfield. But I got a problem with this fucking cap. Now, most fragrance people just brush right over the cap. It is part of the presentation, but we don't buy a fucking cologne to stare at it unless we got a fucking mental instability. You know what I mean? But this one just rubs me the wrong way. Kinda like the first time I ever fingered a girl. It was almost like I was petting a kitty, and next thing I know, closed fist. She was upset. Needless to say, practice makes perfect, and perfect is practice. So here's the cap. There's almost like screws, like fake screws on either side, like it's some sort of fucking, I don't even know what this would be. They didn't even go with the nice plastic. I mean, it feels like a piece of shit. It feels more like a piece of shit than an actual piece of fecal shit. Anyways, fragrance came out in 1998, and no one talks about it. It's a sad, heartbreaking story. Whenever you come across a fragrance that has been forgotten, it's a little depressing. It's like running out of ranch dressing. Anyways, we have a balsamic, citrus, woody, warm, spicy, fresh, spicy, and smoky. Whenever I think of balsamic, I think of the goddamn vinaigrette. I feel like I'm putting salad dressing on my bowls. Like I said, 1998. It is masculine, spicy, woody. Introduced. It was inspired by Jako Ferry. I don't know what either of those mean. Constructed on the coast of Elba River. No fucking clue where that is. A Neo-Greek style. No fucking clue what Neo-Greek is. And dedicated to a modern, fascinating, and sensual man. So, 1998 is no longer considered modern. So if you were to wear this, would it be the vintage man? Just a question. Spicy fresh notes of grapefruit together with sweet tangerine, bergamot, and sweet gourmand plum open this seductive perfume. I like sweet fragrances. I also love gourmands. I gotta be honest. This fragrance reminds me of, I don't know if it was a tanning oil or like a spray when I would go to the beach as a kid, and I would put it on prior, but this is such a soft, timid fragrance. It's kind of like sliding the panties off of a girl who's never had sex. Exciting yet, you know, breathtaking because she's hyperventilating, having an anxiety attack. But this is Lagerfield's Jako, or as I like to call it, Jerk Off. I know, I didn't really try with that name. It did have a high like and a love ratio. I love this fragrance. Out of 10, I'd give it a 7.5. A 7.5. Doesn't smell synthetic. The plum note is good. There's not a harsh chemical. Imagine if a girl ripped ass right in your face. You know, some fragrances just hit you right in the face. This one is like a subtle queef from across the room. It's enough to appreciate and go, what is that? But at the same time, it's not going to offend anybody. It's not like yelling the N-word. We're not going to go there. But this fragrance has wonderful longevity on my skin. And with the sweetness, it turns it into a fall and winter fragrance, which is always a good treat for the meat. Because like I said, I like wearing fragrances fucking dogs gotta bark. fragrances that nobody really knows about, fragrances that are long forgotten. Like I said, this came out in the late 90s. Karl Lagerfeld. It's actually the first Lagerfield. Lagerfield! I feel like I have a dick in my mouth when I say that. It's just, it feels like it's a lot to get out. It's like trying to eat ass and sing the alphabet at the same time. It's just, it's a shitty thing to experience in more ways than one. Anyways, so as I read this, it's hard to find actually. This fragrance is very hard to come across, but it's very good. Like I said, it's got a sweet, reminds me of sweet summer nights, you know? This magic moment, as her clit is close to my dick and I fuck her, and then we 69, sweeter than wine, softer than a summer night. This reminds me of a soft summer night. I really love the plum note. Plums always remind me of Barney's ball sack. You know, I think of the purple dinosaur and they just look like two baby balls. I don't know, it kind of rubs me raw in a way. Not raw, but the wrong way. And back, I'm going to start a new thing where I read comments on Fragrantica so you can realize how cringy and fucking stupid people are. And today's, it's that time of the video where I read Fragrantica comments. I'm officially starting it right now. I mean this, and the worst part is, the only thing I can remember is that it was a sweet, woody, masculine scent. I had 2 bottles and they were gone within a year, 1999. And then I could not find it anymore. Have not tested it since then. Sad. Now I know that I don't do much in-depth reviews, but if you're gonna go on Fragrantica, what the fuck kind of comment is that? I learned absolutely nothing from you expressing your opinion on a fragrance. Hi people, I'm looking for this fragrance. If anyone has it, please contact me. Let me know where I could get it. Thanks, Arvin. Fuck you, Arvin. One of my favorites, so sad I can't find it again. People go had it a long time ago, 1998, was one of my faves. Hard to find. I bought this scent recently, and I have to say I agree with Brostein's review about how similar this smells to dried fruits. Dried fruits is a nice scent during the holiday season. Like I said, I do actually smell dried fruit now that they mention that. When I smell this fragrance, it brings back childhood-like sense of wonder, and it makes me think of the days as a young lass, and I really like this fragrance. I think it's got a very timeless scent. It doesn't smell dated. It smells fruity and sweet and soft and subtle. Kind of like how Lacoste Pour Homme smells like. It's a sweet, subtle fragrance. But most people are just reminiscing of this fragrance. I used this scent several times and still can't make up my mind whether it's good or bad. It's a spicy, gingery incense or citrus. It's more suitable for spring and fall, rainy days, in my honest opinion. Well, in my honest opinion, you're a fucking asshole, and no one gives a shit how you feel. No one gives a shit how anyone feels but themselves, and that's the lesson of the video today, guys. Does anyone really give a shit about you, or is it just a figment of your imagination? I think people care, but at the end of the day, they mostly care about themselves. And with that being said, the whole thread is people talking about themselves and how they wish they could find this. Well, I was sent this fragrance by a dear subscriber of mine, someone that just tickles my fancy in a way, and this is a really great fragrance, and it's such an honor that I was sent something from the late 90s that is actually not a dated aquatic. But yeah, so you have my score, and if you can get your hands on this fragrance, buy it. Appreciate it. It's like a fine wine. It's like a aged vagina. There's something a little dried about it, but yet fruity enough to keep you coming back for an extra whiff and or sniff. So that's my review of Lagerfield Jerk Off, aka Lagerfield Jako. The Jako just cracks me up. I think of a Jackie Jerk Off. I used to call people that. So there it is. Definitely underrated, long forgotten missing. This is like the milk carton fragrance. Have you seen me? Yeah, maybe in 1998, bitch. But let's not call it a comeback. Because if it was, I'd be giving it to your girl. And with that being said, Karl Lagerfeld, the balsamic citrus. Indian ginger, Brazilian rosewood, vanilla, boldness. This base is caressed by powdery... Caressed? It's a little sexual review, Fragrantica. This fragrance caresses your thigh like an uncle at a barbecue. What can I say? It's a keeper.